Exactly. Especially when they said it did so well, and yeah. But then what I'm also have here is that while there are people that are waiting for Carfesta to be paid, there are also people waiting from
Proposal?
Crop Over.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a fact as well.
However, there are particular people
Correct.
that have been paid several times already.
That is factual as well.
Did you hear what I'm saying? There are people that have been paid several times already in that waiting period. And I have the amounts that they have been paid. Huh? And then I'm being told, and that's the thing. This is why we need the Freedom of Information Act, because we need to know if these things are true or not. There are contract people who are getting contract, and it's almost that something that it is being reported, which NCF will have to say if it is true. They those some of these companies, they put there's extra that is put in the padded amount that goes for people, that almost like there's a little finder's fee inside there. I'm using that, very loosely inside there. We don't know. Somebody, this is very, very important. What is happening here? And is it true that there are companies that are formed by people that are associated with that organization, and then those companies are contracted? We need some documentation. And so we're asking for the NCF, can you come and say, please, because we don't know. And it's in order for this thing to, as you're saying, Mr. Carter, people are sending it all over WhatsApp.
Yes.
Why don't we come and settle it? Why don't we settle it so that because people could be making up stories on the NCF. You see what I'm saying? So we need the NCF, or we need the government. We need I don't know if the leader of the opposition can help, but we need a full investigation.
I think it's something that the accounts committee can look into.
Yes.
Should be able to have the teeth to bite into that and hopefully provide some of the documentation that would either prove that these things that are circulating are true or if they're false. Just put it to rest one thing.
Put it to rest. Put it to rest. Well, I'm going to ask the persons who are calling to call back. We have in the last 15 minutes, but you see, I had to get this out, guys. Right? I have to get this out. Can you call back on WhatsApp? Not regular call, WhatsApp. It's way better for us. That we want to hear you. So please, forgive me. I had to stop the call because I made a promise. And I wanted to, yes, okay, the caller is here. Good night, caller. Good night, caller.
Yes. Good night to Barbados again. Marcia, how are you doing?
I am doing great. Good to hear you.
Yes, yes. Mr. Carter, how you doing, sir?
Hey, good evening. I am well. Hope you're
Can
well
you
as
hear me,
well.
Mr. Carter?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah,
Hello?
he's hearing you. Can you hear me?
Okay, Mr. Carter. I'm one of these no-nonsense people, okay? The
Hmm.
NCS depend on you guys. Without your organization, there are no NCS. If you so proclaim that some of these artists are still not being paid today, why are you guys still participating in more events upcoming for the NCS? You all should be putting pressure on this organization that have one of your members get fired for singing a free speech song. So, as I said, no hard feelings, no disrespect, but I'm going to blame you guys for not coming together as one group and saying, this is what we want and demand it. I guarantee you the Barbadian public will support you on that because, yes, what we all are hearing and knowing what's going on in that organization, and you guys are not demanding respect, you will not get it. As a group, you all are powerful, but as one, you are not. There's a lot of fear in Barbados, but if you come together as a group, no one can mess with you guys. I'm in the diaspora, I'm not very happy of this, because Barbadians talk a lot. We talk and talk and talk, but we need to come together as one and demand. Couple gone long and people still getting paid. Sorry to say, but this is nonsense. So I'm not gonna blame you, but you need to get your members together and demand stuff or else don't perform. The NCS needs you guys. And for you guys to support your families, demand your pay and respect. Okay, sir? So I'm gonna get off. Let someone else come on. Thank you, Marcia.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much as a caller from the diaspora. Thank you.
Yes,
And
thank you
the
for your
other callers,
contribution.
go ahead and make your call. And please do it via WhatsApp. A quick comment there, Mr. Carter, until we get a call.
Yeah, sure. So the as I would have mentioned before, there's unity and support, and then there's unity and support. We have from the time Ronnie was fired, there was overwhelming support in messages in our WhatsApp group, in Baka's general WhatsApp group. When it was time to march, again, there was very little support where there was a need for feet on the street. Me as the president, we as the executive, we cannot force any member of Baka to do anything. What the caller has said that is absolutely correct is that the none of these competitions, most of the events that the NCF will hold, they cannot happen without the artists. The artists do not. We've been trying for the last 5 years to help artists to understand the power that they have. It goes back to what I was saying before. Persons are easily intimidated. Barbados is like is like one. You see these signs for construction, and they say one builders, and there's these different Barbados is like one big plantation. The slavery mindset and mentality is still there. You cannot easily reprogram or get people to recondition their thinking. It's a even as you are doing tonight, Marcia, systematically based on the timeline, revealing information piece by piece, and hoping that people will get it and that people will wake up. That's what we have been doing as an organization. So there are many persons who have joined Baka and there are many who have not. Right? There are many who still think that they can operate independently. The other reason why more people were not on the street on Saturday is two things. One, because too many entertainers are selfish. But two, they do not realize that this issue is bigger than Ronnie Clark, that this issue directly affects them. So even in their selfishness, if they realize and saw the bigger picture and they realize the impact that allowing this thing to be set as a precedence will have on them, then they would have been out there in the streets on Saturday. So
Yeah.
we can advise just as a lawyer can advise a lawyer cannot make a client do anything. We as artist representatives, BACA, we can advise our members. At the end of the day, each individual will make their own decisions. And that
Yeah.
is democracy.
Yes. Okay, we have another caller on the line. Thank you, caller, for calling us back. I appreciate that. Caller, welcome to the Marcia Week Show.
Yes, good night, Marcia, and good night to the panel.
Good night. Always a
I
pleasure to have you.
yes. I'm calling the hear the words. It seems like the show was talking a lot about hats and which hat the person was wearing, but I am calling the hat of one who used to be at the NCF.
Mm.
And what I must say is that I am not bringing any tales out of school, so no hearts have to start palpitating now. That's not the issue of my calling. My calling is that I am actually watching the what I would say the climate of not only public but private sector employment rates and stuff like that in Barbados. And I'm gonna just give like blotch points that the listeners can pick sense of nonsense. In St. Vincent, the call is fit and ready. In St. Vincent, there's a call called, there's some people there shouting they're fit and ready. And in Barbados, they're saying, they're shouting 30 safe seats. But anyway, where I'm going with this is that somebody was saying, the employer has the right to do this, or the employer has the right to do that. But I think that your research is not about if the employer has the right to do X, or the employee has the right to do Y. It is about bringing to the fore the facts that the people and legal luminaries can dissect them. You see, because if this is not done in Barbados, and this is nothing against Carol or for Ronnie, this is not that, because as a practitioner, and not only a practitioner, a former cultural person altogether, it is not about the individual. It is about the art form and the preservation of what I call full expression in the arts, and the limitations to that as it relates to the examination of the work of an entity, be it a prime minister, that is an office of itself and as an entity. Serenade in his song, as you would know, Serenade did not sing only against or the exposition of what he felt in that day was Sandyford's jogging, which means evasion of this and evading of that. But it was speaking to the various things that he felt were not addressed. So if in his day he was given I keep saying this, did he not win the Apache can tell me did he not win the crown for that song?
He did.
He said he did.
Right. So you can tell me that then in Barbados, pre-republic status, you would win a song for the analysis or your critique, skillful artistic critique of a prime minister. You win a crown, and an NCF manager happens to feel offended by certain aspects in a song. And this person is going to be, if not fired, met up with a lot of antagonism and stuff like that. Barbados have to ask themselves: is this the Barbados that they want? Is this the Barbados that they voted for? And this is not about BLP, DLP, NDP. This is about setting right and preventing something I call political gangsterism from settling in the atmospheric and stratospheric realms of Barbados. I think that's all I have to say on this matter.
Yes, very well said. And we need to have a talk because were you the music the music?
I was one of the two. I was one of the two, and let it stay right there for now, and enjoy the rest of your night. I was one of the two, so we would have a enjoy your night.
We'll talk off air. Thank you so much.
Continue. All the best. All the best.
Yes. Wow. Your thoughts there, Mr. Carter. We have 7 minutes, guys, and we can take some more calls.
So knowing the individual, he again, as he started by saying, he's not coming with tales. He's speaking what he knows. He's a creative. He knows it from my side. He is, I would say, a renowned creative. He's very good at what he does. He was also, as he said at the end, one of the music ministers in the National Cultural Foundation. So he knows it from both ends.
There's a caller on the line of Mr. Carter. Caller, welcome. And if you could just help us out by turning down the device, we're happy to have you call. Thank you so much.
Yes, please.
God bless you.
I just turned it off.
Thank you. That's okay.
Blessed good night to the panel. Brother Sean, nice to see you
Very good
again.
evening.
Marcia, my submission tonight is climate change. The climate is changing.
Mm.
The people are beginning to rise up, and I'm glad that on Saturday I actually experienced that climate change. Now, a couple weeks ago, I understand that an airplane flew over Barbados and dumped something in the atmosphere. Now, I am, well, it might be conspiracy, but now we are having a lot of rain and causing a lot of damage to people. And then we find people who are into climate change coming out and say, well, look, this is the reason for the climate change. I mean, people are causing problems and issues and then getting on as though it is something normal or natural and they have the answers for them. This gets me angry, you know?
So
We had
you're saying that because as you rightly say, conspiracy. Because one of the things that we can put it forward as because I've done that on the show already, where I came forward with the stuff from Jamaica and said this is my opinion, and I find that something is strange about this particular thing. But we can't really come now and say that is exactly what they're doing unless we have some facts about it. You follow me?
I agree with you, Marcia, but certain things are happening too obvious, and we're being, I would say, sidelined or side blinded by a lot of things. So we have to be on our P's and Q's to understand that things are happening that we I guess pretend not to be aware of, and people are just pushing their narratives.
Yes.
So just let us be aware that things are happening out of the norm.
Out of the norm. Well, I tell you, it's something that we can take a look at and present it as a theory, as something to look at, because until we have the facts, it's a theory that's out there, and we want people to at least be thinking about it, But I'm glad you brought it up. Yes.
Marcia,
yes.
Now, you see, I like the way how you are presenting yourself. You know what I mean? Announcers firing was theory until he bought the facts.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. So
and some people still don't believe the facts.
True.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I understand where you're going. I understand where you're going with that, but I was just telling you, it's not that you saw how I presented about Jamaica. So I know I'm going to do, I will do a presentation, but yeah. All right. Yes. Understood. But thank you for bringing that to our attention.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Blessings
God bless you. Yes. Yes. So we just have 3 minutes. So we're that's the last caller. We Mr. Carter, I first of all want to commend you on your courage. I have to commend you on your courage. Your courage for standing up for what you're seeing as an injustice that has occurred towards your fellow colleague and member of the organization that you're president of. I've been in Barbados. I'll give you a moment. I've been in Barbados long enough to know that, and to have seen, presidents of organizations and people who are in charge of, that needs to stand up. We saw that with even the Praise Academy, where there was nobody really there to stand up with us. We were when this was done to us by the NCF, where people got into their feelings
Hmm.
All that happened is that they got in their feelings, and that's how it seems again. That people got into their feelings and forgot about rights, constitutional rights, and laws and all
Exactly.
of that. And here it
Exactly.
is again, and we were saying nobody was coming to our aid. Now it happens to Ronnie, right? And you still have people on the sideline like they don't want to get involved,
Correct.
right? You still have that kind of thing happening.
Yeah.
So I say I commend you and to all the Calypsonians who were there on Saturday. I saw some of them there.
Yeah.
I'm sure I saw Bumba in a Baka shirt.
Yes. Mama was there. Nico was there. Billboard was there for sure.
And I saw Merle Niles.
Yes. Merle was there as an executive member of BACA.
Yes.
So,
And she
so
was in
too
a
was,
Baka shirt. I saw
yeah.
Jennifer was there.
Okay. That is
Jennifer,
here.
yes, that does the theater pieces,
Yeah.
etc.
Jennifer Walker. Yeah.
That's Jennifer Walcott, a wonderful lady who helped us, at Praise Academy. She's a nice lady. And she
Yeah.
was there. I couldn't
Yeah. We
recognize
had,
all of the artists that were
yeah.
there,
We
but
had Jason Morris was there as well, saxophonist, and also a member of our executive. Andrea King was there as well.
Andrea King,
Um,
yes.
yeah.
I wonder if she would come on the show. Some of them are a little frightened, but
I'm
Andrea,
sure she is.
oh, wasn't Andrea King in charge of the cultural industries?
Yes.
Yes, wasn't she the
Yeah.
one? Wow. Why am I not remembering the name of that organization that was separated out of the CIF, Cultural Industry, CIF?
I can't remember the name of it right now either, but I know she was very instrumental in the drafting of the cultural industries bill.
Yes.
So and as you were saying
FIDA.
before,
Thank you. Thank you.
yes,
Barbados Cultural Industrial Development Agency. Thank
yes,
you, BCDA. That was
we see
such
that.
that was so progressive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a progressive thing that they had done.
But as you said, that was one of the entities that has now come under the NCF as well. So there's no separation between the two agencies anymore. So similar to when you mentioned the Arts and Sports Fund, similar to when you mentioned the Food and Rum Festival. This is now also under the NCF, under the umbrella of the NCF. So all of the grants associated with it from the cultural industries, the exemptions that you can get, the duty free that you can get. This is now all through and under the NCF.
Yes, yes. Wow. Well, Mr. I will ask you to just to close out with the final word. I'll just make an announcement to people that
Sure.
we are going to, I believe, probably have our final march for the year on the 29th, unless they come with foolishness. We will come out here Christmas Day. All
We
right.
will.
But but as far as we know, but we're going into the month of December, November 29th. Get ready again, guys. Get ready. We have to go out concerning this transport board privatization. It must remain a proposal. You hear me? It must remain a proposal, and we're going out about that. And we are going to watch the Ronnie situation, and if we need to tag it on again, because we're going to watch what they're going to do concerning this, and we will go back and hit the pavement again. We're going to lump it all together. All right. So everybody put that in your diary, if you can still keep diary on your schedule, in your phones, that we're going out again, folks, on the 29th. Don't get tired, because they don't get tired. You understand? Don't get tired and talk about you going on into Christmas. We got to stay ready. All right. Over to you, Mr. Carter.
Thank you. So again, Marcia, thank you for having me on the show. It was a pleasure. Any opportunity to speak truth, and as you said before, and even in this wrap up, I'm committed to this process because not from a personal or emotional standpoint, because Ronnie is a Calypsonian, or because he's a friend, or because he's a member of BACA. But you must, and all Barbados, not just the creative sector, all of Barbados must see the bigger picture. You know why? It starts today with the silencing of one voice. When you silence one voice, you weaken all voices. It starts today with the creatives. It started last year with Praise Academy. This year is the announcer. Who will it be next year? And if we allow this precedent to be set, I say it again, it's the creatives now. Tomorrow is the church. They dictate what can be said and can't be said in the church. This is another hat that I wear, so I can't left that out in my speaking. I have to see the bigger picture. If they can silence us as people, if they can silence us as Barbadians, then where would we be?
Mm-hmm.
We cannot allow this precedent to be set. We cannot allow employers to overreach and to overstep. And that's why we as an organization stand where we stood with Ronnie from the beginning and where we will continue to stand with him right through to the end. Because the irony, as Ronnie said on Saturday, is that Starcom has the station called Voice of Barbados. The Calypsonian traditionally throughout the years has been the voice of Barbados. The Calypsonian has been the voice of the people. And if you don't see it, when you stand by or sit by and do nothing, and you watch a Calypsonian be gagged or be muted or be silenced, then you are silencing your own voice because often the Calypsonians speak on behalf of the people and speak truth to powers that be, truths that you might not ever have the opportunity to speak. But I encourage everyone to write to the editor of the newspapers, write to your MP. And again, Marcia, we join our voice, we hear our voice. We're not only calling for a public investigation into the accounts of the NCF, but even because of this information that we now have, that this whole issue is not separate and distinct from a government institution, a government organization, because that is what the NCF is. And as such, we would demand a public investigation into this matter concerning Ronnie, the announcer clerk, as well.